Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Maya Prasannena Tavarjunedam
Maya Prasanneta Arjunedam
Rupam Param Darshitam Atmayogat
Rupam Param Darshitam Atma Yoga
Tejomayam Vishwam Anantamadhyam
Tejomayam Vishwam Anantamadyam
Yanme Tvadanyena Nadeshya Purvam.
Yanme Tavadvanyena Drishapurvam.
Let's try one more time. Ya Prasannena Tavarjunedam
Prasanneta Tavarjunedam
Rupam Param Darshitam Atmayoga
Rupam Param Darshitam Atma Yoga
Tejomayam Vishwamanantamadhyam
Tejomayam Vishwam Anantaadyam
Yanme Tvadanyena Nadrishya Purvam.
Yanme Tvadanyena Dishta Purvam.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjun, happily have I shown you, Arjun, by my agency, this very universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence. So the Lord is saying that you are very special, Arjun. Nobody before has seen this in the material world. This which is full of glaring effulgence. Okay, Disha Mataji, can you read the purport?
I'll read it.
Yes, go ahead.
Arjuna wanted to see the universal form of the Supreme Lord. So Lord Krishna, out of his mercy upon his devotee Arjuna, showed his universal form, full of effulgence and opulence. This form was glaring like the sun, and its many faces were rapidly changing. Krishna showed this form just to satisfy the desire of his friend Arjuna. This form was manifested by Krishna through his internal potency, which is inconceivable by human speculation. No one had seen this universal form of the Lord before Arjuna, but because the form was shown to Arjuna, other devotees in the heavenly planets and in other planets in outer space could also see it. They had not seen it before, but because of Arjuna, they were able to see it. In other words, all the disciplic devotees of the Lord could see the universal form. Which was shown to Arjuna by the mercy of Krishna. Someone has commented that this form was shown to Duryodhana also when Krishna went to Duryodhana to negotiate for peace. Unfortunately, Duryodhana did not accept the peace offer, but at that time Krishna manifested some of his universal forms. But those forms are different from this one shown to Arjuna. It is clearly said that no one had ever seen this form before.
So it is clearly said no one has ever seen this form before. So it is very unique to Arjuna. Krishna showed a slightly different form to Duryodhan. So when Krishna went to Duryodhan and requested him to do the peacemaking with Pandavas so that this war may not happen, Duryodhan motioned to Dushasan saying that, okay, you and other brothers try to tie Krishna up because he's acting too smart in Duryodhan's thinking. Right? So the brothers and the soldiers try to capture Krishna when he went for peaceful talk. As a peace negotiator, you're not supposed to capture a peace negotiator. Only during times of war, you are supposed to do that. But in this case, Duryodhan regardless did it. So what happened? Krishna broke through all the ropes, and then he showed one form of Vishwarupa to Duryodhan. But Srila Prabhupada is very clear here, saying that no one has seen this form before. So what it means is that the form seen by Arjun was very unique. Krishna showed some, forms here and there to Duryodhan, but then that is not the full blown Vishwarupa. So no one has seen this form before. It's very clearly said by Srila Prabhupada. But because of Krishna's love for Arjuna and Arjuna's love for Krishna, and this form was shown, but these other devotees in heavenly planets and in the other planets in outer space could also see it. Because universal form means what? Stretching from earth, going beyond heavens, going all the way till Satyaloka. It's like a huge form. So from their balconies, the Devatas were able to see it. The Kinnaras, the Kimpurushas, they were able to see it. The sages in the Tapoloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, and Satyaloka were also able to see it. So everybody got to see it. It's very, very beautiful. So that's the purport by Swami Prabhupada, that all the Devatas also, because of Krishna's love for Arjuna, were also able to concurrently see it. So Krishna didn't say only Arjuna, you see it, others won't see it. No. That was a time when everybody saw it, but no one had ever seen this form before. Means prior to this, no one has seen. And since this happened only 5,000 years ago, no one has seen this form afterwards also. So that's the other conclusion we should draw. Let's do 1148. न वेद यज्ञादानैर्न धानैर्
न भेदयज्ञाध्यायेन न दानेर्
न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः
न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः
एवं रूपः सत्यमहं निर्लोके
एवं रूपसत्यहं त्रिलोके
द्रष्टुं त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीणः
द्रष्टुं त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीरा.
So best of Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine. I think if you all go on mute, then it echoes to us. For neither by studying the Vedas, so by studying the Vedas, you cannot see the Supreme Lords in a Vishwarupa, nor by performing sacrifices. So any sacrifice you perform, you cannot see. Those are all beneficial to you. Performing a sacrifice is definitely beneficial. But the point remains that you cannot see the Vishwarupa, nor by charity. Actually, charity is low end of the spectrum. Sacrifices are still higher, Vedic study is still higher, like that. Charity is considered your duty. Everybody has to do charity, right? If you have a temple in your area, you're supposed to do charity in the temple. It's not like you are something special by doing charity, nor by pious activities. This is even lower than charity. Pious activities means you have to do some do's and don'ts, right? Like no eating meat, no eating fish. Those are all considered pious activities. So some people don't do them. That's okay. But if you want to be in the list of people doing pious activities, then you have to avoid those items in your diet. Not everybody in the planet is on the same level. So you cannot say nobody else is doing, why should I do? No. Nobody else is doing, that is their karma. If you want to improve yourself, then you have to do it, right? I mean, there is no second thoughts about it. And then nor by severe penances. Severe penances is higher than pious activity and charity. You do penances like, people fast on certain days like Fridays. Those are all considered penances. But severe penances are very different. Like Dhruv Maharaj, he didn't eat for a month, right? Then he stopped eating and drinking for a month. Then he stopped eating, drinking, and taking breath regularly for a month. Finally, he stopped taking breath completely. Right? That's when the Lord gave Sakshatkar, means he came in front of Dhruva Maharaj. So, but Krishna is saying Vedic study, sacrifices, charity, pious activity, penances, you cannot see this form in the material world. No way. So you have to do something higher. All these are required. It's like base, right? So if you are in second year bachelor's degree, it is expected that you already know something about first year's bachelor's degree. You may not know it perfectly. You didn't get 100 out of 100 on the test. You probably got 70 out of 100. So, but still, you have some foundation. So these are foundational, right? So foundational things you got to do. There is no escape from that. But then you have to do something more, right? So the foundational things you cannot say, like one person was saying, yeah, I don't have to do all these things. I will just think of Krishna in my heart. Yeah, but if you don't do these foundational things, you cannot think of Krishna in your heart, right? Just like if you don't pass first year bachelor's degree, you will not understand many things in second year bachelor. Some things you may understand, but many things you won't understand because they'll keep referring to, oh, this particular equation that we learned in the first year. And then they'll say, what is this? I have no idea what that equation is. Then you will not be able to understand much in the second year. So that is because you don't have the foundation. Same thing here. These are foundational. So you have to do it. But beyond this, you have to do more things. All right. So let's write down some things, notes. Uh, let's open a new file. So what are foundational? Most people fail here only and they talk big philosophy. If you cannot do small things, how can you do big things? Like when I was young, there was advertisement in school bus. Failed SSC, SSC means 10th grade. You can do intermediate. Intermediate means 11th and 12th grade. Failed intermediate, you can do bachelor's. So they were enticing people to their centers for training to do higher things when you fail the lower things. So while that may be, although even in material world, that's not really possible. Assuming that's possible in the material sense, but spiritually definitely not possible. So those are foundational things. Okay, so Rekha Mataji, please read the purport.
Sure. Prabhuji. The divine vision in this connection should be clearly understood. Who can have divine vision? Divine means godly. Unless one attains the status of divinity as a demigod, he cannot have divine vision. And what is a demigod? It is stated in the Vedic scriptures that those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu are demigods. Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Daiva. Those who are atheistic, that is, who do not believe in Vishnu or who recognize only the impersonal part of Krishna as the supreme, cannot have the divine vision. It is not possible to decry Krishna and at the same time have the divine vision. One cannot have the divine vision without becoming divine. In other words, those who have divine vision can also see like Arjuna.
Right, let me close this window. Yeah. So then we are talking about after foundational divine vision. Right? Devotees of the Lord Vishnu are devatas. So if you are a very good devotee of Lord Vishnu, you'll become a devata. You can become one of the devatas. There are what 33 crore devatas. You may not be able to become Indra, right? Indra is very powerful, and whenever somebody is trying to become like Indra, then he will send some disturbance or some attraction like Ramba, Urvasi, Menaka, something of that sort. He will send. But you can always try and become a smaller devata, right? Out of the 33 crores devatas. But most of the problem is those who are atheistic, they do not even believe in Vishnu. So if they don't believe in Vishnu, how are they going to become a devotee? Right? If you don't become a devotee, then it is not possible, right? It is not possible to decry Krishna and at the same time have divine vision. So if you are criticizing Krishna, then divine vision is practically impossible, fully impossible actually. because he who holds the keys to the kingdom, you are going against him. So not possible. Okay, continue please.
The Bhagavad Gita gives the description of the universal form. Although this description was unknown to everyone before Arjuna, now one can have some idea of the Vishwarupa after this incident. Those who are actually divine can see the universal form of the Lord, but one cannot be divine without being a pure devotee of Krishna. The devotees, however, who are actually in the divine nature and who have divine vision, are not very much interested in seeing the universal form of the Lord. As described in the previous verse, Arjuna desired to see the four-handed form of Lord Krishna as Vishnu, and he was actually afraid of the universal form. In this verse, there are some significant words, just like Veda Yajna Dhyayanaihi, which refers to studying Vedic literature and the subject matter of sacrificial regulations. Veda refers to all kinds of Vedic literature, such as the four Vedas and the 18 Puranas, the Upanishads, and the Vedanta Sutra. One can study these at home or anywhere else. Similarly, there are sutras, Kalpa Sutras, and Mimamsa Sutras for studying the method of sacrifice. Danai refers to charity which is offered to a suitable party, such as those who are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. Similarly, pious activities refers to the Agnihotra and the prescribed duties of the different castes. And the voluntary acceptance of some bodily pains is called tapasya. So, one can perform all these, can accept bodily penances, give charity, study the Vedas, etc. But unless he is a devotee like Arjuna, it is not possible to see that universal form. Those who are impersonalists are also imagining that they are seeing the universal form of the Lord. But from Bhagavad Gita, we understand that the impersonalists are not devotees. Therefore, they are unable to see the universal form of the Lord. There are many persons who create incarnations. They falsely claim an ordinary human to be an incarnation, but this is all foolishness. We should follow the principles of Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, there is no possibility of attaining perfect spiritual knowledge. Although Bhagavad Gita is considered the preliminary study of the science of God, still, it is so perfect that it enables one to distinguish what is what. The followers of a pseudo incarnation may say that they have also seen the transcendental incarnation of God, the universal form, but that is unacceptable because it is clearly stated here that unless one becomes a devotee of Krishna, one cannot see the universal form of God. So, one first of all has to become a pure devotee of Krishna, then he can claim that he can show the universal form of what he has seen. A devotee of Krishna cannot accept false incarnations or followers of false incarnations.
So this is a very important point. We discussed this last time also. There are a lot of pseudo incarnations, means they say that I am Krishna myself, right? So unless one becomes a devotee of Krishna, one cannot see the universal form of God. They cannot see the Virat Rupa or Vishwarupa. But they themselves claim that they are incarnations, right? Like if you go to internet and you do a search, Kalki Bhagwan, there are various people claiming that they are Kalki. According to Bhagavad Gita, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, 427,000 years is left. But they're saying yeah, they themselves are Kalki already. Then what you should do, you should say, okay, my dear sir, can you show me your Vishwarupa or Virat Rupa? And if they cannot show it, then they are not Kalki, right? Because God means they should be able to show their universal form. So that is the reason Lord Krishna showed 5,000 years ago, so that these bogus people can be challenged. So there is anybody who claims they are God, you should only ask them two things. One, lift the Govardhan mountain, or at least lift the dining table with the pinky finger, left hand, small finger, and show their universal form with 1,000 Pairs of hands, 1,000 pairs of legs, 1,000 heads. Sahasra Sirsha Purushaha. So if they can show it, then they are. But when you ask them, they'll say, no, 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 you don't have a correct understanding. Actually, it is like this. Actually, it is like that. Right? Have you ever seen Dalai Lama talk? Anybody? He will never give a straightforward answer. Anything you say, actually, when you look at this from this angle, and then when you look at it from that angle, he'll never give a clear answer. He will only play with words. Right? So a lot of people follow Dalai Lama, but then he himself doesn't follow Buddhist principles. Like when he came to Los Angeles, he wanted to eat veal. Veal means baby cows, which are killed for their tender meat. So if you are eating meat, then how can you talk about God? So he himself is not a proper guru, right? But a lot of people follow him. When he came to Seattle, there was in the one of the big stadiums in downtown, not downtown, like either the Seahawks Stadium or the other stadium. There's a big program, $100 ticket, and people went. So Harulas Maharaj also went, right? Somebody gave him a free ticket. So he said Dalai Lama didn't answer a single question straightforwardly. Anything that was asked, right? He would say, actually, you should think from this perspective. You should look at from this angle. But there was no answer. He never answered anything, right? Because he wanted to just beat around the bush, as they say in English language. Beat around the bush means never really address the problem, just peripherally talk, shabd jal. Jal means net, shabda means word. Shabda jal means just put a net of words out there so that you don't really focus on the core message. And people are doing like that. What can we do? Right? So that is the goal of this verse and this purport. Pseudo means false, right? Semi, partial, like that. So the followers of this pseudo incarnation, what they do is they mislead people for their own interest. So if you give a good donation to Dalai Lama, then he will keep you in his good books and communicate with you regularly, like that. But no use. I mean, Indian government has been supporting Dalai Lama for 55 years because China took over Tibet. But there is no, I mean, his knowledge and his activities don't really, um, are in line with the actual teachings. He'll just do some beat around the bush, live in America for some time, go here and there, give some talk, but not much use. There's so many such pseudo people, pseudo incarnations. So let's read the next one. Mate vyatama bhuvo
माते व्यतामा च विमूढभावो
istva rupam goramidrimamekam
दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीद्रेन्ममीदम्
vyapet bihi vitamanaha punastam
व्यापेतभिर्मया पुनस्त्वम्
tadeva me rupamidam prapasya
तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. So he's going to reduce his form. My devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. And so what form did Arjuna wanted to see?
The four-handed form.
Yes, you are paying attention. Yes. You see the four-handed form, not the complete, Vishwarupa with 1,000 pairs of hands, like 2,000 hands, 2,000 legs, 1,000 heads. Sahasra Sirsha Purusha. That's gone now. Although in the Vishnu Sahasranam, when you are reading, you actually say Sahasra Sirsha Purusha like that, right? So you still respect that form. But Arjuna was actually bhaibit, means he was afraid. So he was perturbed. What does perturbed mean? Anxious or unsettled, upset. right? He was upset seeing that. And then what is bewildered? Means cause someone to be perplexed or confused. Perplexed and confused are synonyms, means they mean the same thing. Okay. So this is confusion. This is being upset or disturbed. When you're confused, you usually are disturbed because you don't know what's going on. What's going on, like that. Okay. Gopal, please read the purport.
Sure, Prabhuji. In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was worried about killing Bhishma and Drona, his worshipful grandfather and master. But Krishna said that he need not to be afraid of killing his grandfather. When the sons of Dhritarashtra tried to disrobe Draupadi in the assembly of Kurus, Bhishma and Drona were silent, and for such negligence of duty, they should be killed. Krishna showed his universal form to Arjuna just to show him that these people were already killed for their unlawful action. That scene was shown to Arjuna because devotees are always peaceful and they cannot perform such horrible actions. The purpose of the revelation of the universal form was shown. Now, Arjuna wanted to see the four-armed form, and Krishna showed him. A devotee is not much interested in the universal form, for it does not enable one to reciprocate loving feelings. Either a devotee wants to offer his respectable worshipful feelings, or he wants to see the two-handed Krishna form so that he can reciprocate in loving service with the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Very good. So if I were to ask a test question, why is universal form not favored by the devotees? Is the answer?
Can you come again, Prabhuji?
Why is the universal form of the Lord not favored by the devotee? They don't want to see that form.
Because they're afraid of it.
That is one answer, but there is a big answer.
Because that's not a reciprocatal kind of.
Yes, that is the answer. You cannot reciprocate. Love means there should be two parties, right? You cannot say, I love myself. That is aham grahopasana. Means I pray to myself. I am the center of everything. There are a lot of people like that in the world. But that's not love. Love means there should be a lover and a loved. Correct? So if you are the lover, there should be a loved. But how can you love such a ghastly form? Fire coming out of the mouth, weapons in hands, 1,000 heads, 2,000 hands, 2,000 legs. How can you love such a person? I mean, maybe you are at a very high standard, but average person cannot love, right? So that is the point. Why did Arjuna ask? So that he can reciprocate in loving service with Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, can anybody explain to me what these three words are? Supreme Personality of Godhead. One by one. What is Supreme? What is Personality? What is Godhead? Okay, so Jaypal, what is Supreme?
The ultimate. There is nothing bigger than that.
Okay. Gopal, what do you mean by personality?
Personality means God has a form, fame, qualities.
Mhm. So God is a dash. What is God?
Person.
Person, yes. So what does Godhead mean? Disha?
What does Godhead mean?
The topmost, the most the most powerful, the one and the only one.
There's nobody above.
Yeah, there's nobody above him.
Okay. So let's break it down. What does head mean? What does head mean?
Top brain.
Yeah. What does headmaster mean? In a school, headmaster, right?
The big boss. Principle.
control.
control. Yeah. Nobody higher than him. So these are all considered to be head. So what does God mean?
Transcendental.
Transcendental is an attribute of God, but what is God? So what does Parasara Muni say about the qualities of God? So Gopal, you were referring to
Unlimited fame,
previously. Yeah.
qualities,
Uh-huh.
fame,
Not just fame. Unlimited fame, unlimited
unlimited
wealth,
quality, renounce,
unlimited beauty.
Creator.
No, that is a different. I'm talking about the six
famous,
possible qualities of God. He is the creator, no doubt about that. But you're also creator. You create some small things in your kitchen, but he is the supreme creator. So the supreme comes in the front. He's the supreme creator, supreme enjoyer, supreme proprietor. He is the cause of all causes. God has 6 attributes according to Parasara Muni: unlimited wealth, unlimited fame, unlimited beauty, unlimited what? Knowledge, and then unlimited renunciation. Because when somebody has all these qualities, they become very proud. But he is not even worried a second about his qualities. He's renounced. Okay. So what? Like that. He's very, very renounced. God himself is renounced. Right? So there is a lot of meaning between this phrase, Supreme Personality of Godhead, SPOG. He's supreme, nobody above him, like Rekha said. He's a person, like Gopal said. He's the head, like Disha said. And he is a God with 6 qualities, like different people have said on the call. Right? So you should serve, right? If somebody is supreme, you're already serving somebody supreme, right? We are all serving government. How are we serving government of United States?
Taxes.
Taxes, yeah. Before you can see the dollar is already deducted from at source. and if you don't pay sufficient taxes, you'll be penalized. Right now, we are fighting one battle. IRS has sent us 2 letters, total of $24,000 penalty for our Goraksha organization, Northwest Share. Right? So immediately penalty will come. So we are all serving. We are serving the country. The soldier serves by being ready to give up their life. Iraq war, Afghanistan war, like that. A nurse is serving the patients. Like I heard one nurse, she served so many COVID patients, she catched COVID and she died. So she paid the ultimate price in her service. There was one doctor in Dallas area, only like 38 years or something, very young. She was serving so many COVID patients, she herself caught COVID and she died. Right? Ultimate price just for service. So, Jivera Swarupa Hoy Nityera Krishna Das. The Swarupa of a Jiva, the quality of a Jiva, is Nityera, means eternally. Krishna Das. You're always a Das, you're never a Prabhu. You're a servant of Krishna. In this lifetime, next lifetime, following lifetime, last lifetime, all the time you're a servant. You'll never become a master. There's only one master in the collection of universes, that is Krishna. So when we try to become a master, we are thrown into this material world. Right? We wanted to become master. We went in the spiritual world and we were saying, hey Krishna, why is it that always you are the boss? I also want to be the boss. Krishna says, Ray, no, it's not possible here. It doesn't work that way. You cannot be the boss. You don't have the capacity. And then the soul says, no, 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 no. I want to be the boss. Ooh. The soul is crying. Krishna says, okay, okay, okay. I'll create a sandbox for you, a little playground. You go there and you experiment being the boss. And you come back and tell me whether you can be the boss or not. And you know what that playground is? What is the playground?
Earth.
Earth, yeah. We are living there already. We are right now in the playground. We are all trying to be the boss, right? If you go to LinkedIn, nobody says he's the servant of anybody. Somebody says leader of IoT, leader of artificial intelligence, vice president, senior vice president. What is all this? This is all an exercise at trying to be better than the other guy. Have you ever seen somebody saying, junior most engineer at Philips Corporation? Did anybody say like that? Everybody has title of some kind of senior leader, senior manager. Nobody says that he is a junior guy. At least so far, last 10 years, I've not seen a single fellow call himself junior. Because these are nature. We fought with God to come here and become senior. So the nature of service in the spiritual world, when the soul comes, the jiva comes to the material world, it turns into mastership. Everybody wants to be a master here. There, everybody is a servant. So you fight with God. No, no, no. I want to be the master. Okay, Baba, go. Go there and struggle a little bit, and then you will come to your senses. So we were thrown here so that we'll come to our senses. So when we rekindle our loving service, right? Service has to be loving. It cannot be, you can do service also. Like sometimes you see in the temple, somebody says, Prabhu, can you get me a little bit more dal? Wait, 1 minute. He'll go there with a little, disinterested attitude, go get the bucket and put 1 cup of dal in your plate, right? So that is not loving service. That is obligatory service. You know the meaning of obligatory? What is obligatory? Huh? So required by legal, moral, or other rule, right? Or have a binding force. Somebody is saying, the temple president is saying, yeah, go serve this to that Prabhu there. Okay, take it, I'll go. Right? Or through legal. How do people say legal? They'll put a lawsuit on you so that you immediately shut up your mouth. Or some kind of moral thing. Arey Baba, nahi karna chahiye aise. It is not good for you. Your father will get mad at you. So some kind of moral compass. Right? So they put on that. So you say, okay. So you do obligatory service. But Krishna, Prabhupada says, it has to be loving service. But how do you love? Right now, there is no love in our heart. It is like a desert right now. Even mother's love for child is all going to dogs. So how do we know that? Just look at abortion statistics. If you look at abortion statistics, you'll know that mothers don't love their kids anymore. About 1% of pregnancies end in abortion. Also found 11.6 abortions were performed for every 1,000, whatever that is. Let's go there and see. See, ladies are saying, I regret my abortion. They went to abortion, and then these are opposing party. They're saying keep abortion safe and legal. So this girl wants to continue aborting. These girls don't want to abort their kids. And they're standing in front of this public building here, Congress building. 51% of US pregnancies were unintended. So they'll come up with so many things. 11.6 abortions were performed for every 1,000 women in 2016. Right? So where is the love? If you cannot love your own kid who is growing in your own tummy, then you have no love. Simple as that. So right now we have to forcefully love. So why do we have this Sunday feast? So that we can have those loving exchanges. So that you are forced to love each other. We don't have love in our heart. We are forced to love, right? When you are washing dishes in the temple kitchen, you are forcefully loving God. You don't like, who likes to touch grease and dirt and burnt food at the bottom of the vessel? Nobody likes. But we are forcing ourselves. Let me see if I can love God. And some people say, Are, no, one lady told me, I don't like how you sit on the floor and eat prasadam in the temple. That's the reason for not coming to the temple. Excellent. Means she has zero love, negative love in her heart. If she cannot even sit on the floor to honor prasadam, she has negative love. Not even 1% love. Not even zero. -1. So it's a long uphill battle. We have to create the loving service with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's it. If you're able to do that, mission accomplished. Very simple. Right? So you don't even need to read Bhagavad Gita. You understood Bhagavad Gita if you create loving service. But it is not easy. Right? Then Krishna will test you. He will put you in a situation where you cannot love. And then immediately you will drop the ball and you will give it up. Right? Because test is always there. I have failed many of the tests that Krishna put on me. So as you progress in your devotion, you will also see that it's not so easy. You will stumble and fumble. Loving service is the goal. If you are able to lovingly serve other people, not just in the temple, huh? Temple is a test bed. When you go home and when you go to office and when you are in the road with a lot of traffic, are you still having that loving attitude? That's very doubtful. Right? So that's why for us, we have to continue to read Bhagavad Gita. We don't have love naturally in our heart. Sanjaya Uvacha
Sanjay Vacha.
Iti Arjunam Vasudevastatoktva
Iti Vasudevastatoktva
Swakam Rupam Darshayamash Bhuyah.
Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuya
Asmasyayamasha Chabitamenam
Ashrayam Ashachavitam
Utva Punah Saumyavapurmahatma.
Bhutva Punah Saumyavapurmahatma.
I want to relate an anecdote. So one person, he was working in Microsoft back then. Now he works for some other company. He came and said, Prabhu, I feel so happy coming to the temple. So Harulas Maharaj said, okay, where are you going with this? And he thought in his mind. Then he said, I feel very blissful coming to the temple, serving all the devotees here. So Maharaj said, okay, good, keep going. He said, but when I go home, I don't feel the same tendency. Then Maharaj said, then you are a rascal. Right? So this loving service is not for show, right? Sometimes we show off in the temple so that other people should think that we are very good people. You see how that goes, right? In temple, everybody's, Prabhuji, how are you doing? And then I see them in the parking lot in QFC area. The fellow doesn't even talk to me. What does that tell you? So he's doing in the temple for show, to be seen as a respectable citizen of Samamish. Right? So you have to think about it. Krishna knows your show better than anybody else. How? How can you tell Krishna knows better than anybody?
He's inside us.
So that is philosophical, but from a more day-to-day perspective.
Because he's
Krishna
all
him,
knowing.
what's that?
All knowing. Because he's all knowing.
He's all-knowing. That's fine. But what else?
There's certain part of our consciousness which tells us, what we're doing is right or wrong.
That is again coming back to Paramatma, right?
Yes.
But I'm looking for a more simple answer, actually. More humorous answer. If you are a trickster, Krishna is your grandfather. He taught you those tricks. So don't you think he knows them? He has
True.
He has tricked his mother in every possible angle that you can think of. Read the Krishna book. His mother was always under anxiety. Arey, kya hai? What is this kind of kid I have? No matter what I do, he's always tricking me. So he's the world's greatest trickster. So you are a chota trickster. He is your grandfather, great grandfather. So he knows all of your tricks. If you are a gambler, he is a maha gambler. He knows all of your tricks. If you are a liar, he's the maha liar. He knows all of your tricks. So you can never trick Krishna. You can trick maybe me by artificially pretending to be humble, which I see a lot in our temple. In the Sunday feast, everybody is so polite, so gentle. But will that behavior continue? That is more important. You see the point? So this loving service is not a joke. Try doing it and you'll see, oh my God, I am so long way to go. So something for you to think through. Okay. I cannot fix all those things because I am trying to fix myself here and it's not so easy. So you have to fix yourself. Taking the help of scriptures, taking the help of association like what we are doing. What we are doing is technically called sadhu sangha. We are trying to associate together to get out of our bad behavior. So Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, having thus spoken to Arjuna, displayed his real four-armed form. At the last, showed his two-armed form. So he went from Sahasra Purusha to Chaturbhuja form to the two-armed form, Sham Sundar form. Sham Sundar means he looks like, his body hue is like that of a rain cloud. Karatale venum kare kankanam. So he has venum in his hand. And on his hand he has a kankanam, like a little bangle. Like the Sardarji Sikhs in Punjab, they wear these kada. So the kada didn't come from Guru Gobind Singh. It came from Krishna. Krishna wears a kada on his hand. Right?
What is Kada, Prabhuji?
In the Sikhism, they have 5 things that they have to do. They have to grow hair. They have to always carry a knife. They have to put a bangle, steel bangle, very strong steel bangle on the arms. There's some rules like that. But it's not like they came in the modern times. Krishna himself has a strong golden bangle on his hand. Kare kankanam means on the hand he has a big bangle. That is the definition of Krishna. Right? And then in the Brahma Samhita we say Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam. He is a Sundara. He is a very beautiful person, but his body color is that of a shiny rain cloud, not dark gray. It is dark, bright gray, as if lightning is happening behind a cloud. Have you seen a thunder cloud? Light, bright gray. That's his bodily hue, color. Okay. Did this answer your question, Rekha?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, so do we have any kids on the call? One of them can read this.
The translation.
This one.
Okay. When Krishna appeared as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, he first of all appeared as four-armed Narayana, but when he was requested by his parents, he transformed himself into an ordinary child in appearance. Similarly, Krishna knew that Arjuna was not interested in seeing a four-handed form, but since Arjuna asked to see this four-handed form, Krishna also showed him this form again, and then showed himself in his two-handed form. The word Somya Vapuhi is very significant. Somya Vapuhi is a very beautiful form. It is known as the most beautiful form. When he was present, everyone was attracted simply by Krishna's form, and because Krishna is the director of the universe, he just banished the fear of Arjuna, his devotee, and showed him again his beautiful form of Krishna. In the Brahma Samhita 5.38, it is stated, Premanjana
Jena churita bhakti sochadena. Like that.
only a person whose eyes are smeared with the ointment of love can see the beautiful form of Sri Krishna.
See again, what is it? Whose eyes are smeared with the ointment of love. So again, quiz question. How do you understand Krishna? There is only one word. How do you understand Krishna?
With love?
Love, that's it. You cannot bribe him because whatever money you have belongs to him anyways. So what can you do? What can you give somebody who has everything? Like for example, if you go to Microsoft chairman or former chairman Bill Gates and say, Bill Gates, I bought you this gift card. You know, it has got $250 on it. And if you give it to him, he may externally say thank you, but what is his internal thinking? Bill Gates is, by the way, the third or fourth richest man in the world. What would he be thinking internally?
It's pennies for him, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's pennies for him. This is like rounding error. You know what rounding error is? 2.99, you round it off to $3. So that's like rounding error for him. So the same thing. What can you give Krishna who has everything? Whatever you have is given to you by him. Your health, your beauty, your wealth, everything is his. You are just a small expansion of him. So how can his part compete with the whole? A part is a small screw in a big machine. The screw is thinking, "Arey, I am this automobile." Doesn't make any sense? Is the screw the automobile? In an automobile, there are what? Something like 25,000 parts. The screw can never become the automobile. Same thing. The individual jiva can never become God. But individual jiva can cooperate with the God. Even that small screw, which costs only 2 cents, if it falls off, your automobile will become dangerous. It may not brake on time. It may suddenly stop in middle of the highway, right? So the small screw is very valuable because it makes that big 25,000 part vehicle moving forward. But if the small screw falls off on the ground, it has no value. It won't even have that 2 cents value. It is practically scrap. So the part cannot give anything to the whole, but love, cooperation. So you could think of love in the modern terms as cooperation. If you cooperate with God, then everything is okay. But if you fail to cooperate, everything will go to dogs. So Srila Prabhupada, somebody said, Prabhupada, they don't believe in God. So Prabhupada said, reverse that, God to DOG, because they are like dogs. They don't have any conception of how the superiority of God. So if you don't believe in God, then you'll start believing dogs. You'll start raising some dogs, puppies, and you'll start feeding them, start cleaning their stool, right? When the dog goes into the park, there'll be a board there. Clean up after your pets. Means you have to take a small plastic cover, pick up that dog poop. Even though you may not pick up your own son's poop, now you are forced to pick up your dog's poop. So if you don't believe in God, you'll believe in dog. I didn't say that, Prabhupada said that. Okay, so our eyes are smeared with lust right now. Lust means when you see an iPad, you want that iPad. When you see a Tesla, you want that Tesla. Want. Give me, give me, give me. So we have to change that give me to take me. Take me, Krishna. Take me, Krishna. Take whatever I have, but also take me also, not just whatever I have. So I mentioned a song a few weeks ago. Anybody remember that song? Take me. It starts with an M. Nobody remembers? When you have free time on your mobile phone, don't watch Trump versus Biden. Go to kksongs.org and look at these songs. They'll give you the complete meaning of life. All the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita is trapped in this song. This is the song I was referring to by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Okay, anybody remember this song now? मानस देहो गेहो जो किछु मोर अर्पिलो तुवा पदे नंद किशोर. Mind, my mind, I'll give you. My body, my family, whatever may be mine, I have surrendered at your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda. Again, this one line sums up all our philosophy, right? What does love mean? You want to give everything. Love doesn't mean, I have 4 kachodis, I'll give you half kachodi and I will eat 3.5 kachodis. Love means I'll give you all 4, even if I go hungry. That's it. The whole philosophy is in this one line. And then he says, in good fortune or in bad fortune, in life or death, all my difficulties have disappeared by choosing those feet of yours as my only shelter. So you don't even look at Lord's face. When you go to temple, you should look at Lord's feet, not face. We don't even have the capability to look at Lord's face. So we look at the Lord's feet for maybe 10 minutes. For a quick second, look at his face and again come back to feet. You don't stare at Lord's face. We are not having the capacity to look at Lord's face. Then he says, slay me or protect me, for you are the master. If it is your will, I'll be born again, then it may be the home of your devotee. So if you don't give me liberation, don't put me in some weird place. Put me in the home of your devotee so that I can continue this journey, right? So all of us, we have done something, maybe like 5 seconds of devotion towards Lord Krishna. That's why we are able to at least read this Bhagavad Gita in this lifetime, right? It's not an accident. And those of your kids are even more benefited because they are learning this at a young age. You are learning when you are like post 35, but they are learning when they are like 6, 7, 8, like that. And he's saying, may I be born even as a worm, so long as I may remain your devotee. It's better to be born as a as a worm when I'm a devotee, rather than being as a Brahma averse. What does averse mean? Having a strong dislike, right? So it's better to be born as a worm if I'm a your devotee, rather than being Brahma, who is the boss of the universe, of this universe, not every universe, being averse or disliking you, right? And then he says, I yearn for the company of the devotees completely devoid of all desire. So we have to go seek a person who is completely devoid of worldly enjoyment or even liberation, but only governed by love, right? What does yearn mean? Longing for something, right? Feeling of longing. Yes, I yearn for this director position at Amazon, or I yearn for 6 bedroom, 7 bath bungalow. Or you could say, I yearn for the company of the devotee who is completely devoid. What does devoid mean? Free from, right? So Srila Prabhupada and his guru went to top colleges in India under British rule, right? So their English is really good. So then he's saying, father, mother, lover, son, preceptor, and husband, you are everything to me. See, the gopis think of Lord as husband. Some people think of Lord as guru. Some people think of Lord as the supreme Lord. Some people like Yashoda think of Lord as the son. Gopis think Lord as lover. Devaki thinks of Lord as, as being mother to the Lord, like that, father or mother. And for all of us, Lord is the eternal father and mother, right? So, O Kana, please hear me, O Lord of Radha, Radhanatha, you are my life and soul, right? So let's sing this song. Ultimately, as I said, all philosophy is there in these songs. If you understand and implement this song, that's it. You are ready for beyond liberation, which is love of God. Liberation is an intermediate step. Okay, so first I'll sing and then you can follow. Manas deho deho jo kichu mon.
मानस देहो गेहो जो किजु मोर
Arpilo tuva pade Nand Kishore.
अर्पिलो तुपापदे नंद किशोर
Sampade vipade Jivane marane.
संपदे विपदे जीवने मराने
Thai mama gela Tuva opada barane.
दाय मम गेला तुवा ओ पदने
Maro vira kobi Jo icha to hai.
मारो भी होई चातो हारा
Nitya dasa pratituva adhikar.
यदासा प्रतिभा अधिकारा
Janma obi moe icha janito.
जन्माओ भी इच्छा जरितो
Bhakta grihe jani janma ho more.
प्रभु जी आप टू
Janma huwa moh.
Bhakta grihe jani जन्म हो मोर।
भक्त गृहे जनी जन्म हो मोर।
कीट जन्म हो जाता तुआ दास।
कीट जन्म हो जता तुम्हारा।
बहिर्मुख ब्रह्म जन्मे नाही आस।
बहिर्मुखा नाही आस।
बुद्धि मुक्ति स्पृहा विहीनय बता।
बुद्धि मुक्ति स्पृहा विहीन जे भक्ता।
प्रभयते तको संग अनुरक्त।
लभते ततो संग अनुरक्ता।
जनक जननी दाई ततनाय।
जनक जननी ततनाया।
प्रभु गुरु पति तुहु सर्वमोय।
प्रभु गुरु पति सर्वमोह।
भक्ति विनोदा को है सुनो काना।
भक्ति
भक्ति
विनोदा
विनोदा
कहे
कहे
सुनो
सुनो काना।
राधा माता तुहु हमारा पराना।
राधा नाता
तू
हमारा
So that's it. That is our goal. Mind, body, family, whatever may be mine, I have surrendered at your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda. So not only you should become a devotee, entire family should become devotee, right? And whatever facilities, wealth. నేను ఇస్తానని అనలేదు. Okay, I need to take a little break. Somebody is at my doorstep. 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. So that is the essence. So the essence is there in these songs. Like any song you pick, it's all about the essence of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, like that. Ultimately, it all comes to Krishna, you are the only one. I will surrender everything to you. I will become your devotee. I mean, again, surrender doesn't mean that you will become a pauper or anything like that. Surrender means that you are given a higher position in the devotional hierarchy, like that. So, how many people heard of the Samsara Dava prayer? I know Sheshdev and Jaypal probably heard. The others, have you heard of this?
No, Prabhuji.
No? Okay, so I'll put in the chat window, read this, and we'll discuss it next time.
Okay, Prabhuji. This is called Guru Astakam, means prayers to the Guru. So, in this one, I'll just orient you. The importance of a spiritual master is given. Spiritual master is everything for a devotee. Spiritual master is a gateway to Krishna. So sometimes in some other sampradayas, they say spiritual master himself is Krishna, which is like a aparada, means which is a wrong thing to say. So spiritual master is receiving the benediction from the ocean of mercy, means he's receiving the mercy from Krishna directly. And what is the spiritual master doing? Dancing, singing, playing musical instruments. He is propagating the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtana movement. He is always engaged in temple worship, offering 4 kinds of food. The bhoga, which becomes prasadam. Always eager to hear and chant about the pastimes of Radhika and Madhava, their qualities, names, and forms. He is expert in assisting the gopis who at different times make tasteful arrangements for perfection of Radha and Krishna's conjugal loving affairs. So gopis are assisting Radha and Krishna, and spiritual master is assisting the gopis. Spiritual master is to be honored as much as the Supreme Lord. By mercy of spiritual master, one receives benediction of Krishna. So you cannot directly approach Krishna because Krishna is not approachable. You approach your spiritual master, he will approach his spiritual master. This chain will go all the way to the Manjaris, from Manjaris to the Gopis. Manjaris are serving Gopis, Gopis are serving Radha and Krishna. That's it. There is no direct connection. I mean, there is a direct connection through indirect, via mediums. But you cannot directly. Krishna will say, who are you? Right? You have to come through the parampara. Go through a spiritual master. Who has a spiritual master? Who has a spiritual master? Unbroken. And then ultimately ending at the Manjaris serving the Gopis, Gopis serving the spiritual master. Sorry, Radha and Krishna. So one who with great care and not alteration. This translation a little confusing here. Loudly recites, it should be alliteration, I think, yeah. Recites this beautiful play to the spiritual master during the Brahma Muhurta, obtains direct service to Krishna. Let's look at 9. Srimad Guru Rastakam etaduchair brahme muhurte patati prayatnat yastena vrindavananata shakshat sevaiva labhya januso naetva. Yeah, it is not like with alteration, it is without alteration. With great care and without alteration. Because directly you have to recite this. Right? So let's see from our illustrious Guru's Guru Astakam. A lot of people have recited this. This is our basis actually.
Without a guru, you cannot go forward. So this is my guru, Bhaktivikas Maharaj. So he's talking about very big lockdown ahead. As you can imagine, we are seeing this lockdown of Corona, but he's talking about a bigger lockdown, which is what? What is the bigger lockdown? Locking down into the material world instead of going to a spiritual world. Guru was to come. Actually, let's go and hear Loknath Swami.
विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमः।
Krishna Prasthaya Srimate Bhakti
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश हरिणे नमस्ते
Saraswati
श्री शरणरविन्द प्राणाय कारुण्य घन घनत्वा संसरदावा प्रत्यक्ष कल्याण गुणार्णवश्च वंद गुरो श्री शरणरविन्द महाप्रभु कीर्तन नित्य गीत वादित्रमाद्यं मनसो रसेना
Prabhu
रोमाञ्चकम्पश्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्री शरणरविन्द श्रीविग्रहाराधन नित्यानना शृङ्गरतन्मन्दिरमार्जनदो युक्तस्य भक्तांश नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्री शरणरविन्द चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत प्रसाद वद्वान्न तृप्तान् हरिभक्त संघा Charanaravinda. Sri Radhika Madhavayorapara Madhurya Lila Gunarubanamna. Sri Radhika Sri Radhika Madhavayorapara Madhurya Lila Gunarubanamna. Pratikshana Swadhana Lolopasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Pratikshana Swadhana Lolopasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Nikunjayuno Radikeli Sityai Yayali Yuktirapekshaliya. Satrajidakshadasi Vallabhasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Sakshadharitvena samasta shastre Uktastatha bhavaye vasadbhi. Sakshadharitvena samasta shastre Srila Prabhupada. Kintu Prabhorya priya eva tasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Yasya prasada Bhagavad prasado Yasya prasadan nagati kutope. 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 Ayam tuvam tasya yashastri sangram Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Ayam tuvam tasya yashastri sangram Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिति नामिने Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachakya Sarine Namaste Saraswati Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
So you get the idea. That was the Guru Ashtakam prayers. It's all available here on the kksongs.org. So you indexed by the first letter. So this is Samsara Davana Loka. So it starts with an S. So you can go there. Under S, there's so many songs. This is just one of the songs. So any questions? Okay, so let's chant now. Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Shri Advaita Gadadhara,
Shri Advaita Gadadhara,
Shivasati Gaura Bhaktinda.
Srivasati Gaurabhaktavinda.
Chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,